Today we're going to talk about something that holds so many of us back, and it's all based on a huge misunderstanding of what confidence really is.
You know that feeling, right? You've got a huge presentation coming up, maybe a job interview you really want, and your heart starts racing, your palms get all sweaty. Yeah, that's a pretty universal feeling.
Okay, picture this. You're standing just off stage. In a few seconds, they're going to call your name. You can hear the murmur of the crowd, and instead of feeling pumped, all you feel is this wave of absolute panic. Every fiber of your being is just screaming, run.
Now, that feeling, that panic, that's exactly where we get trapped. Our brain falls into this little mental loop that feels so logical, but you know what? It's a total illusion. We can call it confidence paralysis.
It's that voice, right? That little whisper in your head that says, just wait. Wait until you feel brave. Get rid of this anxiety, and then you'll be ready. So what do? We wait, and we wait. But here's the thing, that magical feeling of confidence, it never shows up on command.
And that waiting game, that's the whole problem we're going to unpack today. It's what's known as the confidence gap. And once you get it, it's going to completely flip the script on how you think about confidence.
And there it is. That's the core mistake right there. We think of confidence like it's the gasoline we need to put in the car to get it started. But in reality, confidence is the exhaust that comes out after the engine is already running.
This is such a simple idea, but wow, is it a game changer. Most of us spend our entire lives stuck on that left side, waiting for a feeling to show up. But the truth, the real secret, is that confidence isn't a requirement for you to act. It's the result of you acting.
So think about it like this. You're standing on one side of a deep canyon, and everything you want, that feeling of confidence, is on the other side. There's no magic teleporter. The only way to get across is to walk across the bridge. And that bridge, well, that bridge is action. You build your confidence with every single step, especially the steps you take when you're terrified.
Okay, so we get it. We have to act first. But let's be real. What gives you the guts to even step onto that wobbly, scary bridge in the first place? Well, the fuel for that first step isn't confidence, it's something deeper. It's self-acceptance. It's about totally changing where we get our sense of self-worth from.
Come on, we all know someone like this, right? Maybe we've even been that person. You know, a friend who's on top of the world when their post gets a ton of likes, but is absolutely miserable when it gets ignored. Their entire emotional state is tied to what other people think.
Just think about that for a second. When you do that, you are literally handing someone else the remote control to your own happiness. You're letting them decide if you feel good or bad, worthy or worthless. I mean, what an incredibly unstable way to live your life.
The only way to take back that remote control is to stop needing other people's approval. It's about deciding that you are the constant in your own life, and the world is just the variable. It's about accepting yourself, flaws and all, without needing a single like, comment, or round of applause.
Whoa, what is that massive number? It's not random, I promise. That is roughly the number of seconds in one decade. Over 315 million of them. This number is at the heart of an idea called the death clock. The idea is to treat every single second of your life like a precious, non-refundable point. And every single time you're waiting around for someone else's approval, you're just handing one of those coins away. Self-acceptance is realizing your time is way too valuable to spend on anything but what truly matters to you. So, how do we get back in touch with what actually matters to us? Well, sometimes you have to look backwards, way back, before the world started installing all these filters of doubt in our minds. We need to remember that inner child.
Think about when you were a little kid, playing games with your friends. You wouldn't hesitate, would you? You'd grab the bat or the ball or whatever it was, absolutely convinced that you were the one who could win the game. There was no self-doubt, just this pure, raw, unfiltered belief.
As kids, we just went for it. But as adults, we pause. We have a great idea in a meeting, but before we can even open our mouths, 1,000 filters pop up. What if it's a dumb idea? What if they laugh at me? What if I'm wrong? We have to learn how to get back to that unfiltered self. Okay, so understanding the theory is awesome, but what do you actually do in that moment when the fear hits you like a ton of bricks? For that, we need something practical, a simple 4-step guide. It's called DARE. All right, so you're sitting in that waiting room. Your heart is pounding out of your chest. That inner voice is screaming at you to just get up and leave. This is it. This is the moment of truth. And instead of waiting for the fear to just magically disappear, you use DARE. Diffuse, accept, realistic goals, and embrace. See, this isn't about trying to get rid of the fear. It's about changing your relationship with it so you can take action anyway. So first, you diffuse. You see those anxious thoughts for what they are. They're just thoughts, not direct orders. Then, you accept the discomfort. You acknowledge the fear. It's normal. In fact, feeling uncomfortable is usually a sign that you're growing. Third, set realistic goals. Don't aim for the perfect presentation, just aim to do your best. And finally, embrace your values. Remind yourself why you're even there. Is it to provide for your family, to challenge yourself? Connect with that deeper meaning.
So let's wrap this all up. If you only take away 3 things, make them these. 1. Action comes first. Confidence is the reward you get for doing, not the ticket you need to start. 2. Build your foundation on self-acceptance, not other people's opinions. And 3. When that inevitable fear shows up, use the DARE framework to move forward anyway.
It doesn't have to be some giant, heroic leap. It could be as small as speaking up in one meeting, sending that one email you've been putting off, starting the first tiny step of that project you've been dreaming about. The only question left is, what's one small bridge you're going to cross today?